Time to talk about the topic that I really hate. Not because I hate licensing, because it changes so often that there's a good chance that what I'm making now is irrelevant a month later. So whatever we discuss, take it with a grain of salt because licensing policy changes are expected at any moment. Let's see what licenses we need, and we discuss them one by one. First, most of the work that we do, we are doing with SharePoint. So basically, we need access to SharePoint Online. You need a Microsoft Power Automate license, which is, okay, you know what, let's talk about it later. We need Postman, which is a free application that we install it, and I will tell you where to get it. We need phone or tablet, whichever you have available, with iOS or Android. Again, it doesn't matter. And we will install Power Automate app on it. At least you need to learn how to fire instant flows from your device. Although it's not necessary for the course, but we will get there. And a computer, it doesn't matter if it is Mac or PC, with a web browser. In this course, I'll work with Google Chrome, but again, I leave that to you. Any supported browser can be fine. First, let's talk about SharePoint. I'm using SharePoint because it is the most accessible platform if you want to work with the data, send and receive data, files, and all those things as a backend data source for Power Automate. So if you have E3 or E5 license, either as a part of your company subscription or you have it personally, either one of them works fine, and you will get access to SharePoint Online and OneDrive. Perfect. If you work with a company and you're not the admin of that license, you just need to send a request to your technical support team and ask them for a sandbox website on SharePoint. It can be either communication site or team site. Regardless, both ways work. Most probably the technical support team is more comfortable giving you the communication site, considering the less impact on their environment when they create a communication site. Whichever they agree, it's fine. Just make sure they make you the owner of that site so that you can go there, create lists, libraries, and make changes that are necessary to the work that we do in this course. Trial subscription is also available, but I really don't want to talk about it because it may come and go at any point. So for SharePoint and Office, as long as we have E3 or E5 license, we're good. Now let's go to the most confusing part. Microsoft Power Automate license. Power Automate is free, so you do not pay a penny for Power Automate access. Just go to float.microsoft.com, log in with a Microsoft account, Hotmail, Outlook, whatever the account that you have, and you're good to go. Although the environment is free, if you cannot connect your environment to anything, it's useless. So Microsoft offers you two sets of connectors that I will show you. So when we talk about this is the Power Automate license, if you just search for it and find, okay, you have to pay $15 a month, buy now. Oh, no, don't buy now. This is just, I added this, don't myself. So before we talk about that $15 thingy, let me get you back to Power Automate and show you. So if you remember this slide, Power Automate has triggers, actions, and connectors. Triggers are free, actions are free, but for the connectors, you pay for the license. Let me take you to Power Automate and show you what it means. If you log into flow.microsoft.com, we will talk about this portal and the details inside it. You will know this environment inside out. So at the moment, whatever you see on this screen, don't worry about it. I just want to show you something here. If I click on connectors, you will see there are a set of connectors that Microsoft offers. So these are the components that they connect your flow to the outside world, to anything that is outside Power Automate. The connectors that we have, at the moment, it shows you all the connectors. The list is endless and it's growing every day. But on the top of the list, you have all the connectors. If I click on the drop-down, you will see standard connectors and premium connectors. If I pick standard connectors, whatever you see here, they are covered under your E3 or E5 license. So basically, if you have Microsoft 365 or Office 365 license, you can connect to anything that comes here under standard connectors. Office, OneDrive, SharePoint, Twitter, Outlook, RSS feeds. You can go to OneNote, Microsoft Teams, Power BI, Google Calendar, a lot. So up to this point, you are not paying anything extra more than your E3 or E5 license. But all of a sudden, if you feel like you want to connect to something beyond these things, like premium connectors, Microsoft Dataverse, you connect to SQL Server, you connect to Azure DevOps, Salesforce, Adobe, all these connectors are considered premium connectors. And that's where you need to pay for this $15 a month and make it buy now. Before that, don't. So I think it's all clear now. Postman is a client tool for testing the web APIs. At the moment, if you're not familiar about the APIs, don't worry about it. Just download the tool and you're good to go. Just go to postman.com and pick your platform, which is most probably Windows or Mac. It doesn't really matter. Just click on the download app, download and install it. Let it sit there and we will get there when the time comes. And finally, the Power Automate mobile app. This app is extremely helpful simply because you get access to the instant flows, to your manual flows that you want to fire it with a push of a button. You will get access to them from anywhere. So you just go to the Google Play or App Store and just search for Power Automate and you will find the app. You can install it on your phone. And during the course, you will learn how to use the app and how to fire flows from the inside the app. And I'm pretty sure, even if you're a little bit like me, I'm sure you have checked the Microsoft Store and searched for Power Automate. And all of a sudden, boom, you find the Power Automate app. That's it. Now it is available for my PC and I can use the app for this. And not really. During this course, first of all, I'm staying away from it. This is mainly made for desktop flows that we are not talking about. This is out of the scope of this course. But even the installation of the Power Apps client app on the PC is not very straightforward. Your computer has to be logged in to Microsoft Office 365 account that you have. And considering lots of people don't have it, I'm shying away from it during this course. So the app that we are using to run the flows is our Power Automate Business Flow Automation app on Android or iOS. And that's it about licensing. Now buckle up because we want to start our warm-up with our basic and simplest workflow that we can make. And trust me, any lecture after this lecture will be more entertaining.